You are watching Week in Review on Trial. I'm Sue Scambatti. Alexandra Flanagan was last seen waving goodbye to friends at Sunnydale Park in Barrie, Ontario on July 8, 2007. The bubbly 33-year-old hairdresser was never seen alive again. A massive search by family, friends, and police failed to turn up any trace of Alex. In October 2007, a woman walking a dog found some of Flanagan's remains in a wooded area about 7 kilometers away. Then in February of this year, more remains were found in another area of town, also several kilometers from where Alex was last seen.
We have a number of persons of interest. We have two that's at the top of our list that we're actively pursuing. This is a suspected homicide investigation. We're still trying to determine exactly what happened to Alex, but we know that we have remains that are approximately 5 kilometers apart at two different locations in the city, and it's unusual that this would happen. There must have been some reason why her remains have been spread out like that.
I spoke with Alexandra Flanagan's mother, Wendy, and her sister, Michelle, about how their lives have changed since Alex went missing. Wendy, tell us a little bit about Alex.
She was a vibrant little person. She was very friendly. She was kind. She was full of life, you know. She was a hairdresser, and she was a good little person.
Did you speak to her often?
I spoke to her at least once, twice, 3 times a week. And I was supposed to meet with her the Tuesday after she went missing, and I never heard from her. I phoned her and I phoned her. Her answering machine went on. And I guess in the middle of the week we found out that she hadn't shown up for work, so we got really concerned. So I went to, Michelle and I reported her to the police, missing, as a missing person.
So both of you went to her apartment. What did you find?
The police went in first, so we were just hoping, you know, maybe something had happened in the apartment, so it was sort of a relief that way. But when we went to the door, we heard the cats, and my sister, one thing she is obsessed with is her cats. Like, she would never leave them like that, with no food, no water, so we knew she hadn't been there pretty well since the last time any of us had talked to her on Saturday, that she hadn't been home. And if Alex did go somewhere, she would have had either us check in with the cats, or she would have left tons of food. There was no water and no food, so we knew definitely she had not been back to the apartment.
So she's missing, and there's a lot of searching going on, and then 3 months later, the discovery of her remains.
Yes.
Is it possible to describe what that's like?
It was absolutely, well, I was hoping it wouldn't be her. Somebody did phone me and said that they had found a leg bone, but they thought it could be a deer. But I had this feeling it wasn't a deer, because I had this feeling it was Alex. It was, and then we found out it was Alex a few days later, and it was just devastating. You know, we were always hoping she'd be alive, she'd show up somewhere, maybe somebody had her, they would release her, but deep down in my heart, I knew something had happened to her.
Michelle, from a sister's perspective.
Yeah, it was hard. Sorry. But I guess we had hope. She just took off, or, you know, had enough and just took off, been irresponsible. But it was a bad time, because I just gave birth to him.
She just had a baby the day before, and
so we were in the hospital. Nobody really told me, but
we didn't want to upset her, you know, because it was October 3rd she had a little boy, right. And October 4th, that's when they found some remains, wasn't it?
Oh, my goodness. So it wasn't very good, and then, you know, you have to wait for the police to confirm that it was Alex, but we all knew it was Alex, just, I guess, hoping maybe that it was just a deer or something. But I guess at that point we knew Alex hadn't been in contact, and something definitely had happened. She would not have done that. And then, you know, just we knew it wasn't good.
It was terrible. And then this past February, some other remains were found, and they don't have all of her remains right now. We don't know where they are or who's done this.
It would be one thing if somebody had called and said, you know, Alex had been in an accident. That would be horrible too, but she was missing, and then all of a sudden, you know, one set of remains, and then we didn't know, maybe animals had gotten to her, you know, which would be hopefully the best scenario, and then now to find another location.
The locations are a little bit
far
About 8
apart.
miles or 8 kilometers,
Yes.
something like that.
7 kilometers, 5 kilometers. I mean, something strange is going on. You must be thinking.
Yeah, so now it's worse because now we know she was dismembered, and is there a third or fourth spot? And it's obviously this person or people have put thought into disposing of her, and it's just, you know, it's terrible. You know?
You must be, among the many questions, is wondering why? Why would anyone do this to my sister, my daughter?
It's absolutely devastating. I can't imagine why anybody would do that to her, number one, and number two, to do what they did to her body is horrendous. I mean, I just don't understand.
She was like such a lovable person, and she would be kind to anybody. And she would, you know, talk to anybody or help anybody. She really was a good person.
We need justice for Alex. Alex can't speak for herself, so we can't bring Alex back. So the next best thing would be for this person or persons to be caught. It would be some kind of justice. It will never give us complete closure because when you lose a child, you can never have closure. But we need to get. We can't have anything. We can't have a burial. We can't have. We're just in limbo all the time because we don't know where we're at.
Anyone with information on the July 2007 murder of Alexandra Flanagan in Barrie, Ontario, is asked to contact Detective Norm Meech at 705-725-7025, extension 2160, or call Crime